Today I am going to do water bath canning using my Emeril Lagasse air fryer pressure cooker. It is okay, don't freak out. It can be done. It is suggested that when you put your jars inside of this electric pressure cooker air fryer, make sure you use the pressure cooker lid. Don't use the air fryer lid. Please don't do that. That you put at least 2 inches of water, and then you make sure that you use the correct processing time. We are going to process our paint jars for 10 minutes for orange canning, and so we're going to get started. We've got about 8 oranges sitting over here. I'm going to peel those. I have my cane sugar right here, pure cane sugar, my measuring cup, cutting board that you probably can't see, my jar grabber, and my debubbler is over in my rack. I'm going to get that. So let's get started. The other thing that I have not said yet is I'm going to go over here and turn my pressure cooker on, and I'm just going to turn it on warm because we just want the water that's going to be in this pot right here to start getting warm, because again, as I always say, everything when it's being canned, you want every aspect of everything to stay warm. I have 6 cups of water in here because I don't really have that many oranges. I'm going to use a cup of sugar in this simple syrup, and we'll come back and see what we have. I'm going to take some of my regular lids, a couple that I used before but I have not discarded because, hey, I could use these for something else. I don't know what, but maybe not canning over again, but I can surely use them for what I'm getting ready to use them for today, and that is putting them at the bottom of my pressure cooker so that my jars will not be sitting just on the bare pot. So I have about 5 of them in there right now, just chilling, waiting for me to do something with them. We're gonna pull you closer. And the reason why I decided to go with my paint jars is I was gonna use these little quart jars right here. I have these, they are so cute. I think they call them quart paints if you look them up, because it's only 6 ounces, and this would have been great for the oranges. But after I went back and sterilized them and everything, guess what I found? A chip. I know you see it. I know you see that chip. Can't use that because it may not seal if I use it. So we're going with a bigger jar. I have about 3 of them warming up in the oven right now, but who knows? I mean, all of these oranges, it looks like a lot, but it may not be a lot. So let's get started. Hand washing is essential. I see the Amazon truck, y'all. Guess what the Amazon truck is bringing? Amazon truck is bringing a little holster thing that I can hook this camera up to, and you will be able to see my motorcycle rides. So that's gonna be exciting. It's August in Georgia, and I mean, I don't even know who I'm kidding. I'll ride if it's 100 degrees outside. Of course, no, I'm a newbie because I'm always on my bike. So here is my orange. I got a very good peel on it. I don't really have too much of the pit left on it. So we're gonna keep going until we're done with the oranges. And maybe I might show you guys my holster that I'm gonna hook my camera up to take you on some rides with me. So we'll be back after I finish peeling all the oranges. Get our jars out of the oven, or as I always say when I'm just at home by myself or when my daughter is around, oven, because she used to say that when she was a little girl, and I cannot stop saying it now. It's adorable. She just said, "Are you going to get it out of the oven?" And just to give you an idea of how long I've been saying this, my daughter is like 34 years old. Okay, that's hot. But oh crap, one of my jars broke, guys. Hot stuff. Can't use that jar. Hot stuff. Okay, we gotta get another jar. Luckily, I had one in the cut. So let's start loading our orange slices in. I do not need my funnel because guess what? I got wide mouth jars today. And it turns out I will need probably 3 jars. Because I'm supposed to leave a half inch head space. So we're going to take our debubbler tool, which also has measuring on the side of it. This is half, so we're going to put it right there, and that's half. So I mean, we're well under that. I hate I broke a jar, and I know exactly how I did it too. I cracked it. I still have them kind of wet when they were in there. Okay, so I pushed them down just a little bit. We got 2 cracked jars, y'all. But this one right here, I'm gonna use to put some Jamie in. I have 1 orange slice that would not fit, and that goes to the chef canner. We take our simple syrup off, and this is what it looks like. It's just water, sugar, and we're gonna ladle it in. Usually, I tell you guys, I'm just gonna pour it in, but I'm not gonna do that today. I'm so sad I lost a jar. Jars are at a premium. Can't be out here losing jars. And you know what I need? I do actually need my phone. This is gonna be kind of tricky. Get my jars. Bring my jar close with my ladling simple syrup. Oh yeah. As I said before, my dad would always say, "Oh, what you can do when you got the right tools." So let's turn the camera around a little bit because I can't see what I'm doing. Uh-oh, there's Jamie. Jamie's kind of partly in the picture, trying to make an appearance. So we got that one. Oh guys, this is gonna be tasty. And our last jar. We got our water warming up over there in our Emeril Lagasse unit. I'll pour a little bit of that off. We're gonna debubble. We wanna get all that air out of there so we can make sure that when we go to can, that we will not have any air lodged in there and that we won't get a good seal. So that's looking good. No extra water needs to be added in that one, but we are gonna need some in this one because it's looking kind of slight. That's what old folks say in Georgia, looking slight. It means it's not enough. So we'll put a little bit more. Gonna move it around a little bit. I don't know, y'all. I think I got a pot of gold. And the last one. And on the UGA site, it says whether it's paints or quartz for oranges, you're only going to can for 10 minutes at a 1,000 altitude. And that's where I am. And the one thing about these canners, the Emeril pressure canner, is it's already at 10 pounds of pressure. So when you put it in there, it's already at 10 pounds. So now we're going to get our vinegar, we're going to wipe the rims, and then we're going to place them in our canner. Vinegar, we're wiping it down with vinegar because we want the jars to have a good seal. I don't know if I got some syrup or some orange slices on there, so let's just be safe and sorry. I'm gonna take our warming lids, and these are wide mouth again, like I said. You've watched before, you already know that I do not have a little metal whatchamajiggy, so whatever. Finger tighten them, we're not gonna over tighten. Just do a little finger tighten. Okay, finger, finger, finger. Okay, now our water is nice and warm. We're gonna place our jars in. Gonna bring you over here so you can see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like inside of the canner. You see my little lids down there, my old lids, so that the jars are not touching the base of the pot, which I don't know if it really matters in this or not, but safe than sorry, okay? So now we're gonna fill her up with water and make sure that we have 2 inches above, and that's gonna be right there. Okay, so I have canned and pressure canned inside of that Emeril Lagasse canner. Too bad I'm not going to be able to show you guys how to do that today, because as I just showed you, the water does not get 2 inches above, only because I have these larger jars. If I would have been able to use these right here, we would have been able to do it just fine. But we're going to put this rack in here so that the jars are not touching the base, the bottom of the pot. We're gonna start all over again with our jars inside here. I am going to add a little bit more water. And the water that comes out of my sink is super hot, so it's not going to harm it. So I want to make sure that I have plenty enough water for the amount of time. Yeah, we got 2 inches now. So we're at 2 inches. We're going to turn her on high. We're gonna wait until it becomes a rolling boil. I'm gonna put a lid on it. When it becomes a rolling boil, then we're going to start our timer at 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes, we will have ourselves some canned oranges. I'm so excited because I like canned oranges in the actual can that you buy from the grocery store. So now, since I'm doing all this fabulous canning, this is incredible to me. Okay, we're back. It's almost time to take our oranges out of our water bath. I am super excited. I guess I could almost call this a fail video because we were gonna can with the Emeril Lagasse, but turns out we could not do it because I used a larger size jar. There we are. I used a larger size jar, and putting that jar down in that canner, 3 of them would be past the fill line, and you should not go past that line on these pressure cookers, or there will be something that will happen. I don't know what it is, but there's been so many tests, I'm pretty sure, that have been tried and true, that they say don't do it. So guess what? We didn't do it. And instead we went with water bathing on the stove. So let me stop the timer. I am going to cut off the water bath. I'm going to take the lid off and just leave it like that for just a second or two. We got some steam coming out, y'all. So I'm just letting I don't know what I'm doing. I've heard from some of my people who do canning on YouTube that just says just to take the lid off and let this whole thing get acclimated to the internal temperature of the room. But let's just face it, this thing is blazing, burning hot. Only way it's going to get to that temperature is what? A couple of hours from now? No. So I took it off. We're going to take our oranges out, and they are bubbling, guys. So what we're waiting for is the infamous pop. And unlike other times when I can, I don't have any floating going on, because typically I don't pack it down good enough where I have too much room in a jar. But I pack these just right. So we got them on our tea towel. Whew, that's hot. Even with mama hands, that's hot. So we're gonna just sit here. We're gonna let them sit overnight while they're on this tea towel without moving them. And let them cool completely before we take the lids off of the jars. And I'm just gonna leave it on for a little while. See if we can get some popping action going on. Because I think I do all these videos and I never get to the point where I let you guys hear it pop. So we're gonna try to see if we can do that. Okay, you know what? I know the moment I turn this off, these cans are gonna pop, and I'm gonna be like, if I had just waited just a few minutes longer, they would have heard the pop. But guess what? I'm just gonna say it. They popped, guys. Happy canning, and tomorrow maybe we'll have some riding footage because it won't be raining here, and I definitely will be on my bike.